Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you guys in good condition. Nowadays, people around the world are using social media. This thing is truly dominating our lives. It feels like we can't escape ourselves from social media. We really depend on it. Social media is such a massive part of all our lives that it can no longer to be ignored. But as with everything, there are good things and bad things about social media. And today, I'm gonna be talking about how social media has positively or negatively impacted my life. Based on my experience, the positive impact of social media is that the first one, social media makes it easier to make friends. One of the biggest positive of social media is that it has never been easier to make friends. Just a few decades ago, it was pretty though to connect with people unless you were the overly outgoing type, able to make conversation with anyone and everyone at a party, for example. The rise of smartphones helped change this, connecting people in new way. But then social networks spring up and the whole idea of friendship changed again. And there's no going back. It's entirely possible to have hundreds of friends on Facebook, Instagram. They may not be friends you spend time with in the real world, but they're friends nonetheless. There are several people I consider friends who I have never met in real life, but that doesn't lessen the connection we have thanks to our interactions on social media. The second one is social media fosters empathy. Each of us spends a little too long talking about ourselves on social media sites, which is perfectly natural. We're sharing our lives, the ups and downs, the twists and turns, with people we think will care. They generally do care and will tell you so. They will listen to you, they will listen to what you have to say and help you deal with any problems you may be facing. The third is social media allows for speedy communication. Our time is being stretched thinner and thinner by work and family commitments, but social networking sites offer a chance to communicate speedily and effectively, especially when everyone involved is familiar with social media slang or new updates. The fourth is social media makes the world seem smaller. It isn't just your inner circle of close friends and even closer family members that social networking sites allow you to communicate with easily and effectively. One of the good things about social media is its power to open the world up to you, making it as a smaller place than it has ever been before. So much so, I haven't a clue where many of my contacts reside. When it comes to social media, everyone is equal regardless of location. The fifth is social media helps news travel faster. New lines of communication have opened the world up in a big way. No more so than when it comes to news, which can make its way around the world and back again in seconds. Social media has taken this spread of news to the next level, with eyewitnesses able to report on news stories as they happen. This means we no longer need to wait for news crews and journalists to be dispatched to heart of the action. The sixth is by social media, we can learn new things and be more creative people. There are a lot of things that we can see on social media, such as online learning, job skills, content discovery in YouTube, and of course, we might be haven't tried all of that. So we can learn new things and be more creative people by using social media. Okay, let's move. While social media does have a positive impact, and there are positive social media stories out there, it also has a negative impact. The first one is increased usage. More time spent on social media can lead to cyberbullying, social anxiety, depression, and exposure to content that is not age appropriate. The second is social media is addicting. When you are playing a game or accomplishing a task, you seek to do it as well as you can. Once you succeed, your brain will give you a dose of dopamine and other happiness hormones, making you happy. The same mechanism functions when you post a picture to Instagram or Facebook. Once you see all the notification for likes and positive comments popping up on your screen, you subconsciously register it as a word. But that's not all. Social media is full of mood-modifying experiences. The third is fear of missing out, or we can it FOMO. FOMO has become a common theme and often leads to continual checking of social media sites. The idea that you might miss out on something if you're not online can affect your mental health. The fourth is negative body image. Speaking of Instagram celebrities, if you look at popular Instagram accounts, you'll find unbelievable beautiful people wearing expensive clothes on their perfectly shaped bodies. Today, body image is an issue for everyone. Of course, seeing so many supposedly perfect people according to society standards daily makes you conscious about how different you look from those pictures, and not everyone comes to healthy conclusions in this situation. And the last of negative impacts from social media is that unhealthy sleep patterns. On top of increasing the incidence of anxiety and depression, spending too much time on social media can lead to poor sleep. Numerous studies have shown that increased use of social media hurts your sleep quality. If you feel like your sleep patterns have become irregular and have led to a drop in productivity, try to cut down on the amount of time you browse social media. Okay, and well, there are some of the positive and negative impacts of social media. The positive impact of social media is the first one is social media makes it easier to make friends. Social media fosters empathy. Social media allows for speedy communication. Social media makes the world seem smaller. Social media helps news travel faster. And by social media, we can learn new things and be more creative people. Meanwhile, the negative impact from it is that more time spent on social media can lead to cyberbullying, social anxiety, depression, and exposure to content that is not age appropriate. And then social media is addicting, fear of missing out, or we call it FOMO, and negative body image and unhealthy sleep patterns. Well, as with most things in life, there are positive and of course negative things about social media and sites that facilitate it. Ultimately, when we use it in moderation, social media is neither good nor evil. Instead, it's somewhere in between. If you find that social media is having lots of negative impact on your life, just quit. However, if you decide to stay, use social media wisely. Okay, so I think that's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.